Hi everyone, welcome to the Electricmotorgp show. My name is Nee, and this video is coming as a request for an elderly couple that I bumped into yesterday. This is for Bill and Sylvia. Now, they're looking for a car that they want to drive, and they're looking to explore what's available in the hybrid versus electric car space. And then they've watched a couple of my videos, and they were keen to try and see what they could get in their price range, and they wanted me to do something that was in their budget, and they wanted to find something that would be easy for them to get in and out of because as you get older you get joint pains, you can't get into the big SUVs and utes, and you struggle to get into the lower cars as well. They're not your tech savvy groups of people in there. They just want something that will do the job for them, help them carry the grandkids to school and back from school if they need to, help them move around town, and something they can take on road trips that would not inconvenience them too much, which will mean that they've still got their mobility and they can still spend time with family and still spend time with one another. They're a very, very lovely couple. So I thought I would go through options for them. Now, one of the first things that I needed to make very, very clear to them is that they couldn't get into the tiny cars that were going to be more affordable for them. So your GWM Auras, your MG4s, the ride height is too low for this group of people. So if you're in your 70s and your late 60s and 70s and you're looking for something that's comfortable, something that you can get in and out of the car easily, something that will also help the environment, there are a few options that are available. Now, what my advice to them was to wait till 2025, because there's a lot more coming into the market in that space that would give them a little bit more flexibility. I also wanted them to be able to get cars that were user friendly, that wouldn't stress them out in terms of the technology, that wouldn't be overwhelming and wouldn't put too much pressure on them. So if you look in the picture in pictures and the split screens that are coming in, you'll see the cars that I'm recommending, and this includes cars that are not out at the moment. Cars that are out at the moment, my first recommendation will be the Leapmotor C10. Why am I saying the Leapmotor C10? The Leapmotor C10 is a well-tuned car. Chassis was tuned in by Maserati. It drives very well. It's got a 120 thereabouts DC fast charging. It's got a 67 kilowatt hour battery as standard. Drive away base model is about 42 to 43,000, and you get 3,000 back on the EV rebates from the government. The upper model is 47 or $48,000 drive away at the moment. So the C10 represents good value for money. The height is good enough that you don't have to bend too low to get in. It's comfortable to get in. The infotainment system is pretty easy to get used to. The one thing that you might struggle with is the fact that it uses a key card, and the key card has to be in a specific space, and you have to remember to close the car for the engine to switch off. That might be a problem for someone who's been used to driving ICE cars where you press a button and the car goes off. That's not going to be in the C10. The seats are very comfortable as well, and it looks good. So if you haven't seen it, you'll see my test drive video of the Leapmotor C10. I definitely recommend this car for someone who's transitioning. The other car that I would recommend is the Sea Lion 6. Now, I will say the Sea Lion 6 with a caveat. The Sea Lion 6's chassis is too soft. So if you're driving in the car, it feels a little bit willowy, like it's moving from side to side. So if you're going to be driving this car, my recommendation is for you to set the car up that the car steering and brakes are in sports, and the chassis is adjusted to sports chassis as well, even though the drive mode has not been put into sports mode. The Sea Lion 6 is a hybrid. It's got more of a range extender. So it's got a 1.5 liter turbo engine, which drives the car in 3 different ways and improves the range of the car. So you can get somewhere between, though it says it's about 1,000, I'd say it's on the premium model, it's about 900 kilometers, which will cover almost everything that you need from that specific car. Now, one of the reasons why I would probably be recommending this car ahead of most of the other cars is the fact that at the moment BYD has dropped the price to 52, and they're doing a sale in there, and this is for the premium. I wouldn't go for the base model. The base model is a little bit underpowered, and the battery range is not as good. So I would definitely say go for the premium model, the drive, the handling on the premium model, because it's got two electric motors on the car. The drive and handling is so much better. Now, for the ones that are not here yet but drive well and you would get enough support with, I would say the MGS, which is coming out February, March next year, would also be a decent option for you, and the Geely EX5, which is coming out next year as well, will be decent options for you. Now, these cars I've mentioned they've got a good ride height, they've got good technology in them. The ADAS systems are decent. Now, the only ADAS system here that is not particularly great is the Sea Lion 6. I wouldn't recommend you to use the ADAS system as much as you would in the other cars. That said, BYD are planning to invest almost $100 million over the next few years on their ADAS system, and the intention is even to spend a little bit more to develop a more comprehensive ADAS. BYD is aware that this is one area in which they're lagging, because their ADAS system tends to tug at the steering with you when you're using your lane keep assist. But unlike other manufacturers that don't listen, BYD does listen. They've got people that listen to the podcast, the feedback from different places, and they go back and they go to try and make things a little bit better. You might not be aware, but BYD actually imported a Tesla Cybertruck to their home country this week to test it out and to help them understand what the Cybertruck does well. So they are desperate to learn and they are desperate to improve. So that's one of the things that you probably would enjoy. With Geely, you are aware that you'll have good after sales customer service as well. So with that, I would probably recommend those 4 cars as your options to think about. If I do come up with any other cars, I'll do a part 2 to this, and I will put that in there for you to have a look at. Until the next one, please like, share, and subscribe. We can't do this without you guys subscribing. I got a notification from YouTube this week to say that only 15% of people that watch the videos actually subscribe, and if all the people that watch the videos actually subscribe, we'd have well over 3,000 users by now. So please help like, subscribe, so we can continue to do this and give you all the information that you require. Until the next time we catch up, have a good one.